Welcome to Ascension with V, where we talk about spiritual awakening, ascension, and everything in between. I'm your host, Stashia Jeanette, aka V, and today we have a special guest who's about to take us on a journey with their unique experiences. Brian, please give us an introduction, tell us a little bit about you, and let's go from there.
Hi, my name's Brian, and I was originally from Australia,
Okay.
then grew up in New Zealand, now living in Japan.
Nice.
So not
Nice.
really
Okay, so
international, but
yeah, all over the place, literally
yeah,
all over the place.
yeah.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your ascension and awakening process. How did you get here? How did you get to discovering your authentic self and your spiritual abilities? Let's dive into that.
Most of my life, I was sensitive to things. In the
Okay,
house I grew up in, there was something in my parents' bedroom that's a dark entity or something,
right.
because every time I went into that bedroom, I had to get out.
Yeah,
There was something in that house. Sometimes the doorbell would ring, and you can get a good view of like the front yard,
right.
and would go answer the door, and nobody's there. And sometimes I'd be sitting in the lounge room or the sitting room, and it'd get cold, like somebody or something just walked through the room.
Right.
And just all my life, I just had interest in paranormal things and psychic phenomena,
Right.
and just
How
wanted
old
to
were
grow.
you? Sorry, go ahead.
7, 8, 9, into my teenage years.
Yeah.
And then through high school, I had a rough period through being bullied. So I
Yeah.
just thought, well, I want to put a curse on people. So I
Yes.
started studying witchcraft, and,
Ah, okay.
and I thought, like, if I could become a witch.
Right.
So, yeah, but then I ended up becoming Christian.
Wait, wait. Wait, hold on. Okay. Dive into that with me because those two were totally conflicting things. How did you get
Yeah,
from that point?
I was close to getting into the occult. And
Right.
there was a church in the town that I lived in, and they had door-to-door outreach program.
Okay.
And then they asked me to come to church one time. So I said, "Yeah, okay." And then my mum warned me because she had a bit of a anti-Christian stance because of her background. I stopped going for a year, but then I went back and about 25 years as a
Wow.
Christian. But in that time, I always still had like an attraction to supernatural things that
Right.
would be labeled demonic. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I
Yeah.
love, I love that TV show, and I watch it,
Yes.
and like I'll be told, no, you can't watch that because it's like devil stuff.
Oh, right.
But I love
Love
Buffy
it.
and
Yes.
Charmed.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love
Charmed.
Charmed. I love
Mm.
Charmed.
And The Craft, the movie, The Craft.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorites, and I just couldn't get away. There was like some part of me that was still attracted to that. Kind of had to deal with like to acknowledge both parts of me.
Yeah.
But then eventually, through like bad experiences with the churches, and there's no condemnation on my part about Christianity, but the churches I went to, they weren't good. Because for me, it's all about love and acceptance,
Exactly.
not judging others. But
Exactly.
in the first church I went to, there was judgment, there was
Yeah.
backbiting. And I'm like, you can't, like, this is my brother, my sister you're talking about. And you can't talk like that.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly.
And then I started thinking about things and started seeing like hypocrisy within the congregation. So I left and went to another church, and that was okay. Then I had an old friend from the first church who was starting up another work, but unfortunately I didn't know because I was naive at the time. But I had suspicions that something wasn't right and found out he was a narcissist. So I left. And then I did soul searching. And at that time, I started like suffering from major depression. And that is when I tried to do things on my own, but I couldn't do things on my own. And
Yeah.
that is how my awakening started, because I went for counseling and cognitive behavioral therapy, and
Yeah.
I started looking inward and analyzing myself in introspection. And then through that, I was taught about mindfulness, and that was like eye opening for me. And that's when I kind of go, okay, this is me, and this is what I need.
Right.
And I remember years ago, I was asked by one of my assistant managers at a job back in New Zealand. He goes, "Do you know what your purpose in life is?" And I said, "Yes, I do." And he was surprised because I answered him so straight. And I said,
Yeah.
"My purpose is to help people better themselves." And he just looked at me with his mouth open, like, "I can't believe you know this." And it's like
Right.
just a revelation I had at the time. That's what I'm
Yeah.
here for. And deep inside me, it's like I can't help. I just love people.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's insane. Like, I mean, in general, a lot of people, to your boss's point, like most people don't know, what their calling is, what their purpose is. I mean, I think that's kind of something that most people wander their entire lives trying to
Mm.
stumble a bump into. So for you to come very confidently outward and be like, yeah, this is what I'm here to do. It is. It's a phenomenon that most people don't hear about, but you knew it. And did that revelation come to you prior to you having the awakening process, or was this something that happened after?
Before,
Oh, so you knew
years,
intrinsically.
years, like maybe 10 years before.
Wow. So even that's it. That's even more of a big deal. Like you knew before you even stepped onto the path.
Mm.
Like, wow.
'Cause, like, in me, I just couldn't figure out, just, like, something in me knew this is, like, what you're here for.
Yeah.
And it's only after I had my awakening, then I go, "Oh, okay."
So what were
And
the
the
first steps?
mindfulness, looking in and spending time in meditation and connecting deep within myself and going,
Yes.
"Okay, this is who I am." And someone that I ignored for so many years,
Right.
but now I embrace this person and this is who I am. My like talking about authentic selves, this is my authentic self, this is who I am.
Was it difficult for you? I mean, this is something that I hear frequently from a lot of people. They ask me, why does it feel so difficult to embrace our authentic selves? And why is there this kind of energetic resistance that we feel? Why is it so scary to kind of drop the mask and all the things from the old world, or the matrix, or the projections of what it is that we think we're supposed to be, or what we're supposed to be doing here on this life? Why is it so difficult?
I think because we're so used to like that mask,
Yes.
and when we take it off, we're like our because that's been our identity for so long.
Right.
We've become comfortable with it, and now we're uncomfortable, and we want to go back to the comfort zone, and that's the painful part when you got to go, okay, and there's like cognitive dissonance where you got
Yes.
your previous personality and then this new one that you didn't know,
Right.
but the one that you revealed is who you truly are, because the mask is the one that we got conditioned to be
Right.
from society and from our parents and from our peers and from our friends. And we,
Right.
we just have to fit in. And part of
That
fitting in is like pushing aside who you are just so you can become someone who you aren't, just so you can be accepted by other people. And I think the fear of rejection is the main one. So if
yes.
you reveal who you are, you're going to lose some friends, but
Yes.
you're going to make new ones.
Yes.
New ones who are authentic, who get you.
Yes.
And I've been through that process of pruning, like, people I surround myself with,
Yes.
and choosing other ones to come in that I want to surround myself with. Like I said, it's uncomfortable
Hmm.
because your belief system's being threatened, and then your ego kicks in, and you go,
Yes.
"Ego, I don't like this." Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And so you go back to what you like. You go back to what you know, you go back to the comfort, but
Yeah.
you don't grow from that, you just stay stuck.
Stagnant. Yes.
Because like when I left Christianity, I had to deal with all this. Like, am I going to hell because
Oh,
I'm not a Christian anymore?
yes.
And for me, like, all my beliefs were, I had to push them aside, and thinking like, the life I'm living now, is it a lie? Am I being tricked by the devil?
Yes.
But then you realize no, because I remember like when I was living in Kyoto. I was doing a
Hmm.
meditation one night. I was listening to a YouTube guided meditation
Hmm.
to help me connect with like guardian angels and archangels.
Hmm.
And the light was dim. And at the end of the meditation, I was lying on bed. And then I look, and in the middle of the room, I could see two golden semi arcs in the middle of the room. I didn't know what it was at the time.
Right.
So to ask people, and I told them what I saw, and they go, "Yeah, those are archangels." And that's when I started getting back to who I was supposed to be,
Yeah.
and the person I was when before Christianity, the person I have always been, because this is me.
Yes.
Yeah. And you process that, and it takes time to process. And I'm still
Yeah.
processing it because it's a journey. It's a lifelong journey.
Yes. Yeah.
And contacting my spirit guides and getting to know my spirit
Yes.
guides.
Yes. Yeah.
Are they demons
Yeah.
or like?
That is that. Brian, can you elaborate on that, expand on that topic for us? Because I think that's something that we frequently, a lot of us will go through and experience that exact thing of being like, is this demonic? Is this demons? What's
Mm,
happening? And for you personally, what was your experience like? How did you decipher? How did you know you could trust this?
uh, 'cause I had to break out from that theological mold that I was brought up in for 20 something years, where, like, if it's
Right.
not in the Bible, if it's not
Yeah.
Jesus, then everything's the devil. Everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Literally everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
And people that know, like, Doreen Virtue,
Yes. Yes.
she was a strong proponent of reality, angels, angel numbers, and I've read a bunch of her books. And then
Yes.
she became Christian.
Hmm.
So she went the other way, and she's now denying everything and telling everybody this is the devil.
Yes.
And I'm kind of the flip side where I go, no, it's not.
No. Right.
And I've had loved ones passed away, and I've contacted them. And some of them have had like like wasn't like when they're on the earth plane, the relationship wasn't that great. But I've had these people
Right.
come apologize to me in spirit and go,
Uh,
"I'm so sorry.
yeah.
I had problems." And I go, "I understand." And then we reconcile, and healing and love flows. And to
Yes.
me, that's like not demonic.
Exactly.
You're just told, and you're just brought up to believe this.
Yes.
Everyone's got their own ideas. Everyone has to make up their own mind. It's up to you
Right.
to decide. I know what I know, and I know what I've experienced, and I know what I've gone through, but everyone has to come up with their own conclusions about things.
Yes.
But
Yes.
don't point the finger of judgment at other people and say, we're right and
Yes.
you're wrong, because I've had years of that, and it's like, it doesn't help.
That's not it. Yes.
Because it's all love, 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 love.
Yes.
Mm, being dogmatic doesn't help.
Mm-mm.
Saying I'm right and you're wrong doesn't help. It's
Right.
just understanding. And that's what I've learned over the past few years. Your opinion's your opinion, my opinion's my opinion.
Yes.
you're not wrong, I'm not right. I'm not wrong and you're not right. It's just your opinion, but we
It's
can
just,
still get on together.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is very much this thing. And I think I'm seeing it more and more, especially when I connect with other like minded people, where our ultimate goal is just wanting this love and unity and peace above everything else. And I'm seeing the pattern of everyone having the throughout their own personal journey of when I ask them, how did you know that it wasn't something dark? The answer is always because it came with love.
Mm,
And that's I mean, that's been the same thing with me, also kind of the same thing of breaking out of the organized religion, the Christian background of where as you said, everything that essentially is not in the church, or not a part of the Bible being seen as it just being this is dark, this is of the devil, this is, you know, all the things. It's not, and
mm,
a lot of us have spiritual gifts and abilities that I think that we have hidden out of that fear of kind of rejection or thinking that we're going to be labeled as this is a demonic or whatnot thing, but embracing that is kind of the gateway into, in my opinion, stepping into your authentic self. Can you
mm.
elaborate on what your embracing your spiritual abilities were and what you know as your spiritual gifts and abilities?
For me, it's like sensitivity to environments, and I can sense things, I can feel things. And I wanted to strengthen that more, and the because I felt like I neglected it for so long, being
Right.
Christian, and I had to push it aside, and I had to deal with the guilt of like not being able to embrace that because that's who
Yeah.
I was. And now I feel like I've got time to make up because it's lost time. And sometimes I can sense like spirits, and I can like I've learned how to communicate with those who have passed over. For me, it's like meditation, just
Okay.
opening myself up spiritually, so then I can contact my guides and then ask them, I want to connect with so and so. And I can. There was a grandmother I never met, and
Wow. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Right.
this is a gift that I want to strengthen, and the gift that I had to push aside because, like I said, it's like in Christianity, it's like you communicating with demons. It's like no.
Yes. No. No.
Familiar spirits, don't communicate with familiar spirits. No, 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 no.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you can feel the love from them.
Yeah.
My mum's passed over, but I know she's with me all the time because I can feel her around me, and I contact her and talk with her.
Yeah. And that's the thing again, like I said, I feel like that's the identifier is if it doesn't feel kind of when you opened, you talked about from your childhood home, like you could feel that
Mm,
there was something dark, there was like a dark entity, a dark presence there.
mm,
Just like that, likewise, you can feel when it's not that, when it's the opposite of that, when it's the
mm,
love, when it's something pure, when it's something good. And I think that's the strong identifier for anybody that's listening, who's thinking about like, hey, I have this gift, but I'm afraid to talk to anything or communicate with anything because of exactly this fear. The identifier is definitely that if it feels dark, if you can sense that darkness, that heaviness, and it's, you're hearing some like negative thoughts or things, like that's not it. But if
mm,
on the other side, if it is very light, it's full of love, then you're that's the safe zone. That's where you want
Yeah,
to be. Yeah.
because the other week on Threads on Instagram, I wrote that the determining factor, how do you know a negative entity from positive entity?
Hmm.
Like you said, the positive ones, you feel love, you feel encouragement, you feel lightness, you feel
Yeah.
warmth. The negative ones is like dark and heavy and full of hate, and you can just feel it.
Yes. Yes.
And it
Okay.
takes practice, it takes like discernment,
That.
and we can sit here and tell people like for the next 5 minutes, like the determining factors between dark and light. But once you get to know it yourself, then you know.
Yeah. So
Mm.
would you say, are you okay with going into that topic of knowing yourself? Because would you say that's the first step of being able to identify and discern? Like if you don't know who you are and what your ground zero energy, what you
Mm,
just on your own is like, your homeostasis
mm,
version is like, you're not going to be able to discern what is not you.
mm. Because the major practice to help people is meditation. And this is what I do every day.
How do you
It's 20,
meditate?
30 minutes, just meditation. And sometimes practicing sitting in spirit, so opening myself up to spirit.
Yes.
And then I'll ask for my spirit guides to come through and learn how to sense when they're present.
Yes.
And the archangels, like I've had Archangel come through, I've had Archangel Raphael come through, I've had Archangel Metatron come through, and you can
Yeah.
feel them, like the energy
Yes.
is completely different. Like the other week, the first time, like Archangel Raphael, it's like it feels so like feminine, like feminine energy.
Yeah. A
Like,
lot of love, a lot of
yeah,
love, a lot of
yeah,
feminine. Yes.
and I'm and then the next day I kind of did it again, and he came through again. And I'm like, "Are you a guy or a girl?"
Yeah. What is this? Yeah. Yes.
So then
Yes.
I did research, and it's like because Archangel Raphael is all about healing and
Yes.
caring, and it's like a
Yes.
maternal instinct.
Energy.
That's that
Yes.
feminine energy coming through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I
Mm,
think that's hilarious, Brian, because I had the same experience, and I my research was like, are archangels, are they, do they resonate with more of one energy side or another? Are they more in the divine feminine? Are they more in the feminine energy, the more in the masculine energy?
mm,
Because what is this? But that was
yeah.
literally, yeah.
Like Archangel Michael, he's different. He's like the dude. He's like,
It's yes, it's
yeah,
yeah, exactly. Comes
yeah,
through with the full force, the authority, the protection, the no nonsenseness. You know, it's like, all right, we're ready for it. Yeah.
yeah. And then Metatron, he's completely different. He's like, hi. He's like,
Hi.
yeah, he's like,
Kind of quiet.
yeah. But he has this aura of respect about him.
Exactly.
You don't want to mess with him.
Nah, like I did some training with Matt, and he can be very ruthless, but you get, I mean, you get the spiritual knowledge and understanding. He's very good
Mm,
with like the sacred geometry.
mm,
So like a lot of my time and studies with him was around the sacred geometry and activating and clearing and unblocking the chakras. And so
yeah.
I recommend anybody who's that's their goal, to always call in Archangel Metatron
Mm,
for those things. But while I was going through those training, like you said, you don't want to mess with them. There were times where I was like, I'm not doing this, and it was just kind of like, whop, like
yeah.
but he is, so he's very, very respectful, but you can feel the differences between everyone.
And this was incredible to me because I never I never had this experience before, and it was
Right.
my own, like through meditation and through research and going, oh, I'm going to try this.
Yes.
I have no one to mentor me really, so I'm my own
Same.
mentor. Yeah,
Same.
so and then yeah, turn it into a little experiment.
Exactly.
Yeah, kind of like trial and error kind of thing.
Yes, just
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
stumbling and
okay,
bumbling your way through
yeah,
life.
okay, today I'm gonna try
Yes,
access Akashic Records.
yes. Did you do that as well?
Yeah, done
Oh
that
my
a couple
gosh,
of
tell
times,
me
yeah.
about your experience. Tell me about your experience.
A few months ago, it was the first time ever because I thought I'm gonna try this because 'cause I've never tried
Exactly,
this before and I've read about it. So I was sitting in meditation and speak to my spirit guides, and I tell them because I always start with my intention, let them know
exactly.
what I wanna do, and I'm going to access my Akashic records.
Mhm.
And then next thing, I'm taken to this library.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then I'm shown this book from one of the librarians in the Akashic Records, and they go, "Oh, what is that?" And then I saw like a really thick book.
yes,
I go, "What's that?" And they go, "That's all your previous lives.
yes.
And this book here is going to go into this thick book because this one is like your current chapter, and each
Oh,
chapter
yes,
is like your
yes,
previous lives." And it's
right.
like, hmm. And I remember like the one had a red cover, the small one, because it was a small book. I go, "What's that?" And I got told, "That's your life now." And then the
Ah,
thicker book is like, "This all your previous lives.
previous.
This book's gonna go into this one soon." You go, "Oh."
Interesting. So then what was it so, like, did you do it again after that? Or was that was your first time
Yeah, I
accessing
did
it?
it again, but the second time I didn't really get much 'cause I was asking, and just nothing.
Redacted and yes,
And
yes.
sometimes if you're tired, like physically tired, the
Yeah,
energy's up there, and it's like,
right.
yeah.
Because it does take, like, a lot of your physical and spiritual energy.
Mm,
Like, I don't know, I mean, that's how it was for me. Did it
mm.
affect you like that too?
Yeah, because if I'm, like, really tired, I try and reach out, it's like picking up the phone, nobody answers.
Yeah.
You try and dial again and dial again and dial again and beep, 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 beep,
Yes.
and just have a lie
Like,
down.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So you can't answer the phone?
yeah, so, yeah. They're there, but they're just not answering.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you okay, so another question from this. Did you remember anything about your past lives? Like while you did you remember any of the information that you got like from the book or anything that you saw from the Akashic records, or was it just kind of a melting pot of things for you?
No, it's just like I just saw the book and then but before that, I tried, like, past life regression.
Yeah.
And I saw, like, myself as, like, a nine-year-old in some country village in England,
What?
in, like, about 1800s.
That's insane. Were you like doing anything or you were just there?
No, like, I was, like, the son of, like, a farmer.
The most
And
random
then I had an
detail.
older brother, and because sometimes our spirit guides can be previous family members from
Family
previous
members.
lives,
Right.
and one of my spirit guides, like, I'm 100% sure he was my brother from back then.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Do you
even now, because all my life in this life, I've just had this attraction for England, and I can't explain why. I
Yes.
just got this thing, I need to go to England. I haven't been there, but I need, like, I have this thing, I need to go to England.
This lifetime you've not been to England?
No.
No, yeah, you definitely have to go, like
Yeah, I have to go. There's
yeah,
just no
because
other country no other country interests me. Like, tell
n
me go to America, I'm sorry.
no,
Australia, no. England, yeah, I have to go. Mm.
yeah, like, it what I got is that there's, like, soul fragments there for you, like,
Mm,
there's pieces of you there that you need to reclaim this
mm.
lifetime. You have
Because
to
there's
go.
just, like, something in my soul that goes, "Once you go to England, you're gonna be okay." It's like another puzzle piece fits in and clicks into
Yes,
place.
click.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I go, "Okay."
Yes.
'Cause I remember, like, I had a dream a long time ago, and I was walking down the side of a hill, and there's a waterfall, and I was like it was like a guided tour, and we're, like, halfway down the hill, halfway down the mountain, and I had to stop And I didn't want to go any further, and I was crying because I said, "This is my home. This is where I belong." And the tour guide said,
Yeah.
"No, we have to keep going." And I'm processing and I'm crying. I'm going, "No, no, no. This is my home.
This is it.
This is
Yeah.
where I belong." But I had to go. And then so we went down the bottom of the mountain, and it's like a little village. But I did research the next day because the whole thing just had like an English atmosphere.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And I was crying like, "This is my home. This is where I belong." It's like, don't make me go down to the bottom
Yeah.
because like halfway up the mountain, there's it's like home, my home. I'll never forget that dream. I woke up
So
in the
did
morning crying. I spent the next day crying.
yeah.
Even now, I'm about to cry thinking about it. So,
Yeah. Because
yeah.
that's your soul's essence, like
Mm,
that's your soul's
mm,
birth
yeah,
spot. Yeah,
yeah.
like that for you is they showed me uh kind of similar situation. They showed me going up this going up this mountain, but it's at a top of this just giant place, and I had to take a boat to get there. It ended up being Santorini, Greece, and we went there for the first time 2 years ago, and
Mm,
same thing, like I just bawled my eyes out the entire time because I was like, this is my home. And when we had to
mm,
leave, I cried for a week.
mm,
Literally, I didn't want to talk to anybody.
yeah.
And still now, like that's like my soul home,
Mm,
you know. It is a thing. You remembering that there's something there, Brian. Like you have to go to England at some point and
yeah.
and take it's probably an excursion that you went on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Book an excursion and tour around. Did you research that? That's what I was gonna
Because
ask.
I have friends. Yeah, I made friends through like a mediumship Facebook group I belong to, and they're all
Hmm.
based in England.
Yes.
And I jokingly said one time, "Send me a ticket over so I can come." Please,
And it.
yeah, invite me over.
Yeah.
Send me a ticket. I'll
Yes.
come. I'll come. I'll come tomorrow.
Literally.
Yeah, yeah,
Literally. I'm
yeah.
like, hurry. Yeah. Hey guys.
Yeah, hi. Inviting me.
Exactly. Backpack on, ready for the adventure. Brian, that's insane. Yeah, that's something that you literally have to do. One thing that I wanted to ask before we wrap up on this, also on it, was what was right now currently, what is your favorite thing that you're working on with your spirituality or your spiritual gifts or what's your the thing?
For me, two things lately that have spoken to me is being more at peace. Then last week I was doing like a meditation on my chakras.
Yeah.
And I got the light, the divine light coming through me, washing me and cleansing my chakras.
Yes.
And then I got to my heart chakra. And it felt like a bag full of energy just dropped inside my heart chakra. And then all this intense sadness started coming up and
Yeah.
washing through me and like cleansing me. And since that time, that was like last Thursday, just peace. Things that used to upset me now, just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the second thing is getting more in flow with like the universe, aligning myself with the flow, getting in with the
Yeah.
flow. And that
What is
takes work because you gotta get rid of like your doubt, your fear, or the low vibration
Yes.
emotions and stay like positive. And that's why now like I'm careful with what I read, what I watch,
Exactly. Ex-
the news. It's like, well, yeah, I kind of
no.
have to just to keep up to date with things, but like I don't obsess about it
Yeah.
because just like, bad news every day,
It's bad.
and that's
Yeah, like
news.
it's
That's news.
purposely, literally purposely.
Yeah, because I did research because I wonder how come there's so much bad news, and 90%
Right.
of the news we're exposed to is all bad.
Exactly.
Well, only 10% good news.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
yeah, that's why I was like,
Exactly.
no more, no more. Yeah,
Exactly.
yes.
Do you find that like you're more at peace and calm like when you're not watching the news or you're not like intaking things from like the outside world.
That's why, like, I'm selective now what I let in, who I let in,
Exactly.
because I can feel like that negative energy
Yes.
stepping on me and trying to suck my happiness away, and it's like, mm,
This. Can you elaborate that for like, because I feel like I've tried to say this about, and then people just look at me like this purple unicorn, like I'm just speaking some
mm,
sort of gibberish when I say like, no man, like this really affects you. You can it's it's like this energy harvesting thing that just keeps you shackled up. You have control over what you allow into your world and your mind.
mm.
You don't have to watch stuff like that is triggering to you. You literally don't have to.
But they feel like they're missing out on something if they do, and you're not missing out on anything.
Right.
Yeah.
It just
So like last night, I was thinking like the Matrix,
yeah.
and how people are stuck in it, like the 3D world. And
Yes.
this is what they're used to. This is what they know. That's why they want to talk about fear and hate. And
Yes.
then when they meet someone like us, it's like,
Mhm.
huh?
What?
See it look at you like a purple unicorn. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like,
What do you mean? You
yeah,
don't
it's
watch
like,
politics? You're not into the
yeah,
politics? Like
no,
you're not
no, no.
doing that like no.
Yeah. It's like, do you know what's happening in Ukraine at the moment? It's like, yeah, I know, but
Eh.
I'm off to meditate now.
Literally that. Literally that. And it's not that like it's they're like, "Oh, so you just don't care." Like, "No, man, I'm trying to focus over here
Mm,
on elevating the
mm,
the positive
mm,
enlightenment, the positive consciousness, the higher consciousness
mm.
for the collective." Like you can't
Yeah, and that's
do
the
that.
thing. It's like,
Go ahead.
it starts with us, and then we influence those around us, and then it's like a domino effect.
Right.
That's why we've got to protect ourselves.
Yes.
And if people want to be negative, well, you can be negative, but
Right.
don't invite me to the party.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
because I want to invite you to my party. My party's better than your party because you're going to leave happy. You're not going to leave
Literally.
like, oh, yeah, I need to go to the bar and have a few drinks, because and drown my sorrows. It's like, yeah,
Right. And that is a thing also where like again people are like, oh, yo, you don't want to drink with us, like you don't want to do this. I'm like, I'm
mm,
good. Like you think you're better than us now. Like
no, no, no.
no, that's not it. That's not it.
Yeah, we're just protecting ourselves, protecting our
Yes.
energy,
Yes.
so we
I
can share the love and share the light
yes.
and
Yes.
make a difference in this world. Because this world's tired of fear. This world's tired of negativity. This world's tired of stress.
Right.
People are tired,
People are tired. Yes.
and they don't know any way out. It's just like the same old. And they look and go, "Oh, things are getting worse." It's like, well, they can be brighter.
Right.
Just stop, look at yourself, embrace love, embrace your
Yeah.
authentic self, and let that person out, and let that person shine. And if we all did that, then hello,
Yes.
new world.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes. Like I don't know. We're there. We're getting there, you know.
Yeah,
I
we
I
are.
think yeah, you know, and more of us, like you said, the domino effect of it is, more and more of us doing, our part of the
Mm.
healing, the shadow work, the embracing the authentic selves, the focusing on the higher perspective, the higher consciousness of things. It does, you know, ripple out,
Yeah.
but it starts with the removing the conditioning, that's
Mm.
that's been
And
thrust
that's the
on
hard
you.
part because it's like, I don't want to go. And it's like, you got to
Yes.
go. Like, and then
Yes.
all the emotions come out and the fear comes out
Yes.
because you're destructing your identity.
That, yes.
But you're doing it so you can reconstruct.
Yes.
And that's what I had to do when I left Christianity. Like, even in the churches, I come across stuff that challenged my belief.
Yes, yes. I
And
said
then
this
I'd
a
have like other churches and other beliefs come knocking on my door going, "We've got the truth." And then I go,
Mhm.
"Okay, come down, have a cup of coffee with me and we'll talk."
Right,
And then another
right.
group comes, "No, we've got the truth. Well, who's right and who's wrong? Let's sit down and
Exactly.
talk." And then I found my own truth.
That
And that's what you gotta do, find your own truth.
yeah.
Mm.
But you found it within yourself, it's not external.
Yeah, and that's where we all find it because that's all
Exactly.
within us. You just gotta be brave enough to go, "Okay, let's go looking."
Yeah, it's that, and it is, I like it's a scary thing, it's kinda like you walking into the dark, the unknown,
Mm,
and kind of opening the Pandora's box and trying
mm,
to see what's inside it, and I think, again, it's kinda like why a lot of people try to avoid doing introspection because they're afraid of what they're gonna find and see, and there's always the repressed childhood traumas, the
yeah,
inner all the things that like we didn't process or deal with when we were young in formative years and all the things that
mm,
we didn't accept or like about ourselves lie within and having to turn that gaze inward and kind of go in with the flashlight and the machete and
yeah,
weed out things. It's a daunting task for a lot of for everybody, but that's where it starts.
because when I was in my 20s, I had a chance to sit down with a psychotherapist
Mhm.
and do introspection, and I'm like, "My God, this is amazing." I've
Yes.
become I've become an addict to introspection. It's like
Yes.
my
Same.
drug of choice, you know?
Right.
Sitting and
So what's
dissecting
your drug?
myself. Yeah,
Introspection.
yeah, dissecting myself and my
Yes.
thoughts. Yeah, it's like, "Oh, am I crazy? I don't know."
Like, what is it
Yeah.
like the Mad Hatter says, like, we're all a little mad here. Like,
Yeah, we are, yeah.
facts.
Embrace the
Facts.
madness. Embrace the madness.
That.
Yeah,
That. Instead of
yeah,
pretending that it's, like, not there or it's, like, not a part of you, like, that's what makes you unique and beautiful, the things that
mm,
make you, like, weird and quirky and eccentric
yeah,
and you know what I mean? That's your beauty.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Be proud to be crazy. Yeah,
That anyways, you get it. You
yeah, yeah,
understand.
yeah.
You get it.
And that's what awakening's all about every day, just sitting, contemplating, meditating,
Yes,
getting in touch with yourself, with your authentic self, rediscovering who you are,
exactly.
and letting that person out, and letting the
Yes.
old person go. You're gone. This old you. This is the new me.
You gotta
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. All right,
It's fun.
Brian, is there
It's
any
fun. It's fun. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Is there
Enjoy the
anything
journey.
else that
Enjoy the
you want?
journey. That's an interesting journey.
It is. It's a journey. It's an interesting
Yeah,
journey. Like it
yeah.
is.
You know, with the forks in the road, and it's like, which way am I going to go? Well, I don't know. It's like,
You just go. It's
yeah,
trial and error. It's trial
yeah,
and error.
yeah. You can always go the other way.
This
Oh,
wasn't it. Let
I'm
me
going
go
the
over
wrong
here.
path. It's like, hang on, try this one. It's like,
Yes, exactly,
yeah,
exactly. Like it's the multiple doors scenario,
mm,
and like you just pull on all of them to see which one's an actual door. Like it's this. Just go.
yeah, yeah. So I was reading today, like a Buddhist book, and it said, like, in Buddhism, they say there's like 84,000 doors, but each one leads to like the Dharma, the truth.
Exactly.
So no matter which way you go, which door you open, 84,000, you're going to end up in the same place as everyone else.
Yes,
The truth.
exactly.
The red door, the blue door, which one? It doesn't matter. What
The
color do you
green
like?
one,
Yeah,
all the
what color?
things.
What color do you like? It's like
Yes,
every color.
exactly.
You're on the other side.
Exactly.
Yeah, but enjoy the journey.
Yes.
Yeah, because you get to learn how to love yourself, how to love others, and that's what's needed more than anything.
Yes.
Mm,
Yes.
it's all about love.
Yes.
Yeah, the highest
Thank you.
vibration. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much, Brian.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for the chance to come and
Is there
share.
anything else that you want to share or add as a closing thought? And is there something that you're working on that you want to put out to or promote to people that you offer that you're doing? And also, where can
No, at
people
the
find you on
moment, and
social
it's going
media?
to take a while, just working on a spiritual web shop at the moment.
Okay.
So selling spiritual goods. And
Yes.
that's still a work in process. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah, to help people on their
Yes.
journey. Yeah, get in
Yes.
touch with themselves. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I
You're
will,
welcome.
like I said, once I hit the stop on here, please just stay for a second so
Okay.
so I can make sure it uploaded.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.